And Danny Gare has a few words. He's been in there being a thorn in the side all night, and he's probably telling Denny, next one will be a little higher. I'll see how your mask works. And of course, if you're with us on the last telecast out of St. Louis, you see that Denny has thrown that cage mask away. Of course, Don Edwards is using that type, but Denny's gone back to the mask that he's familiar with.
I think maybe that's what Davy Burrows is going to have to use when he comes out after the effects of the surgery. I think that's what Steve Thomas said. He'll be working with the cage type of equipment to protect his cheek. The operation, I think, took place today at Presby for Davy.
Right, and we can only hope that he's up and around there tonight and in pretty good spirits looking on. We're going to try and get this one for you, Davy. And of course, Ron Stackhouse back there on the men. He's another 4 or 5 weeks before he'll return from the shoulder separation. Mario Faubert's been skating, and he could be in the lineup in another 2 weeks.
Well, I'll tell you, this is what they call bite the bullet time. There was a little shot taken that time by Danny Gare, but he didn't get anywhere. Here's the captain. Danny Gare started to get heated up. And here we go. Mahavlich is ripped into by Korab. They're going to horse around here pretty soon, and we're going to have a brouhaha the likes of which you wouldn't see. 3-0 is the score. We've got the 3. Now they're going to try to shave the ice in a sudden stop and swing it down the right boards, back out to the point where it's going to be ripped by a Fogelin. Fogelin doesn't get the shot off. Danny Gare drives in now. Keogh has it taken away. Here's Mahavlich in a breakaway. Going on down, slap shot, wham! And a try by Pronovo on an open net. He missed off the left side. Now coming back out is Soup again. They get it out, and here they come. And it's going to be Ramsey off the right side. Oh, what a rip did he get from Russ Anderson. Ramsey got knocked flat, and that's going right to the body on a great shot. What some action. I don't know how we missed a goal down there.
Well, Pete really let her fly on that shot, but now I think we're going to be shorthanded here because Mahavlich made a great play defensively first to get the puck and come out. Now you see it just trying to keep it ahead. Now he'll take a look. What's he want to do with it? He's just going to wind up and fire, and Don Edwards had the angle covered. John Pronovo come through, tries to get it through. It'll go through, but it misses the net just wide to the left. And Russ Anderson is off for a penalty now, and that comes at 12:31 of the second period. Of course, our next telecast, Monday night, December 26th, from Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens, face off at 8 o'clock.
All right, now, of course, Anderson is getting ripped into for blocking, or just went in there and he racked into him pretty good. So, okay, he's going to draw a 2. Going to see this shot again.
One more good look. Here's Pete. That's all you can do when you're in that close, really. Just try and overpower him. And then Pronovo tapped the rebound through, but it didn't get in.
All right, now at the point. Let's see who they got on there. They got Aero, McAdam, and Robert. So Aero, McAdam, and Robert. That's 42 goals on this line. We have Campbell, Malone, in there with Bob Paradise, Mike Corrigan. They're defensemen. Well, they're playing everybody now. They got wings in there.
They got the French connection. They got 5 forwards out there.
Oh, look out. We got a little swinging around down below there by Richard Martin and Mike Corrigan. Now they get it back out of the point. Robert goes over across the rink. He goes to Perreault. Perreault's wide shot. Back out toward the point again. We're just trying to clear the puck. And a shot missed. That time by Andre Savard. G's got a quick release. Slap shot. That was by Robert. Save. Now here's Savard. Back out to the point to Robert. Robert across the left side. He's faked the slap shot. Back to Robert. Robert goes to Savard. Savard misses. And it gets across the blue line with 1:15 to go. We're ahead 3-0, 6:45 remaining in the second period of play. We're trying to kill the penalty. Down the left side now comes Martin. Martin sees the puck picked up, smothered by Dennis Herron. Nice to hear them up here. They put on Nice hat on. Now they're bringing on Gare, Luce, Ramsey. And I'll tell you something. With this group, they've got 43 more goals. They got about 60 goals out on that ice right now.
Well, there's no question they have the firepower. They had one of the best lines ever put together in hockey, the French connection, Perreault, Martin, and Robert. But with the addition the last couple of years of Danny Gare and the play by Craig Ramsey and Don Luce, they've split the lines up a little bit. But there's 5 forwards out there now.
And as I said, close to 60 goals with those 5 that can go. So Mahavlich now will try to face it down. He muscles it out of there. Oh, know that's one of the keys to this whole thing, that big, lovable Ukrainian. He just sweeps in there and rips out there, and he wins the draw. Then when you reach out and think you're going to snake it away from him, now Pete comes with it with those long arms. Robert has the puck taken away from him, and there's Big Pete putting us on easy street with 40 seconds to go in the penalty. 35 seconds to go. 3-0. Favor of the Penguins, and the second period of play with 6 minutes remaining. There's Gare shooting wide behind the net. Going in after it now, Ramsey. And across now to Robert. Robert can't get it, and it's batted away very nicely by Bob Paradise with 19 seconds to go in the penalty. Corrigan comes off the ice. Mahavlich, rather, comes off the ice, and Corrigan comes on. Here comes Savard, and he wraps it up, or Perot, rather, wraps it up, and that thing went up out of almost a mile-high stadium. Holy Toledo, that puck went flying up out of there.
Yeah, somebody got hurt pretty bad on that one, but that's the one thing, you know, you like to remind the fans when you're sitting there, to keep your eye on that puck at all times, because it can get up in the stands in a sudden hurry. It only takes a little deflection, so if you're in those end zones or on the sides, just, you know, save the chatter for between periods while that game's on. Keep a good close eye on that puck, because it can do a little bit of damage. We can only hope that gentleman will be taken care of and get back here real quick.
All I've ever said, and I've said for years, the one thing you do is duck. You never try to catch any puck or a line drive baseball. I'll tell you right now, just duck.
You know, it's a funny thing, talking with Kenny Carson, who used to be the trainer for the Penguins, and he said when he went to see the ball games, he'd be petrified of a foul ball, but yet he'd stand in there behind the bench at the hockey games and was never worried about getting hit with a puck.
Well, I'll tell you, really, the thing is, a lot of people don't realize it. If you don't duck, as the draw is taken care of here, there's 5 seconds to go on the penalty. Tommy Edger fighting for it. They're trying to get it out the ceiling, and a shot right into the tummy by Martin, and a save there. With now, the penalty has been killed.
Well, Denny Herron standing in there real well. Here's Martin coming around, taking the shot. And Herron keeping that short side covered. Looks to see if he has a play first with the stick to move it out, but he doesn't, so he covers it up wisely. And they'll go back to the face-off. The penalty is over. The Pens are back at even strength. 5:27 remaining, second period. Pens on top, 3-0.
Just again, a reminder, when you're at just, you know, a lot of times you get hit with a puck or a baseball by the other fan putting his hand up and deflected off that. Just duck. There's a rolling puck that was smothered by Denny Herron. Now, they're beginning to get just a few more shots on goal right at this particular time. I want to get out of this period along with Terry leading at least 3-0 as you take a look at the Penguin bench. Goals have been by Kehoe, by Anchin, and Kehoe. On the draw, Carr this time sees it go back in. Bob Paradise wheels it around the dashboard right into the slot, picked up by Carr very nicely. Now, getting it out to Bob Paradise, and they get him out there where they have to come to center ice and go back in. Sealing sees the puck taken away from him by Carr and sent on in. Schultz hammers on in with it. He's being harassed pretty hardly by Fogel in there, who ties up Schultz. And Carr sees the puck go up off the blades and up into the stand. Sort of a high riser that time. 3-0 with 4:57 to go. And the Penguins have the 3 goals. Kehoe by Anchin and Kehoe. We'll be back with more Penguin hockey right after this. Open Pantry says let's fill the arena and really back the Penguins. Now at Open Pantry you can cheer the good guys and get a free prize. Buy just 2 750 reserved seat certificates, good for any home game, and you get a free handy travel alarm, a men's or women's rolled tote bag, or a ladies organizer purse. And with 12 reserved seat certificates, you get the famous Odyssey 400 electronic TV game. So plan to cheer the good guys and get your free prize the next time you ride the Open Pantry Express. They started the action up the other end of the rink while we were away, and they're down on our side now. And they throw the puck on in there, and then he comes out to clear it upside. Sealing has it, tried to swing it out, but Bob Paradise wails him, and now Carr comes in to see if they can freeze the puck. And trying to dig it out of there is Andre Savard. They haven't blown a whistle. And wait a moment, we're going to get a call here on a penalty. Schultz started to go after the official. He's picked up immediately by Kehoe, because Schultz can't stand any more of those.
Well,
he's gone.
It's a bad call by Nave Newell, because Carr had the puck. They were moving it around a little bit, And, of course, Newell figured that the delay of the game penalty, that's what is going to go against Bob Paradise and Gene Carr just moving it around. There was no one in there to provide any opposition by Buffalo in tying the puck up. So Bob Paradise will go off for delay of the game at 15:34 of the second period.
Well, the other thing, too, was that Schultz started to get really burned and went after him, and immediately he was picked up by Rick Kehoe and stopped from doing that, because if the hammer gets in there and draws one of those 10-minute see you later jobs, the official, he'll not only lose the rest of this game, he'll lose another one after that.
You know, it's a tough call. You don't see the call made that often whenever they have it tied up. Usually they just blow the whistle and go to the face-off. But Dave Newell knows his boss. Frank Goodberry's here watching tonight, so he's got to put on a little show.
Well, maybe Frank will come over tomorrow night and get out of Buffalo. Watch him act again. Here's Anderson digging it out. Come on, let's kill the penalty nicely. And Big Pete is in there. Oh, hey, Carraff put an elbow in our man. Good thing that Big Pete's a nice, easy fella. I guess he could get mad if you jam him hard enough. Now coming down Robert. And leaves it for Perreault. God, now Perreault's got a wicked shot. Now, well, it's just hanging around there on him. Now we go in, and Edger sees a there's a goal. Perreault hanging around, finally got one. They brought it on around. I don't know who's going to get the assist, but Perreault gets the goal on a power play, lying right in the slot, not in the slot, but off in that left circle.
A tough play because the Pens really made some good defensive work in there. Perreault around the back, and here's the centering pass, and we deflect it. Tommy Edger deflects it, but it goes by, and you see Russ Anderson coming over, and of course Perreault's got the empty side of the net, and he drives it home at 16:09. A real tough goal to give up because the Pens had defensed it very well. They had blocked the centering pass, but unfortunately it deflected right to where Perreault was, and there was no question as he drives it home for goal number 24 on the season.
Well, the thing I got upset with is the fact he got away with an elbow up into the chops, and sometimes when that happens, if you do it to one or two players, they turn around and just practically behead you. And I think sometimes when you see certain things taking place and the officials will do nothing about it, then they'll take even more advantage of you. There's a drive by Kehoe, saved by Don Edwards as he slapped it off the right side. So now we're at equal strength, and here they come, sliding down the ice. Robert has that puck slipped over toward him, and Paradise ties up Perreault. Now Carr has the puck. 3-1 the score. Whoa, what a beautiful bit of a ring around the rosy skating there was by Carr. He took him right out of his spot-built shoes. Almost left him with a cup and 3 wads of cotton down there. That was magnificent skating by Carr. Backhand shot. Oh, Schultz is starting to get heated up. Look out. Carr shot. And it slips off the skate. There's one. And I'll tell you one thing. Carr unloaded that time on McAdam. How do you like it, Mac? Now going in after him is Paradise. And they're going to the body now a little more. They got us mad. I think now I'm not so sure that Buffalo likes all that hard hitting. There's a try off the right side by Robert. It's no good. At the slot, and a try, 2 shots, third shot, and number 15, McAdam, is 0 for 3. Here comes Kehoe, 2-on-1, and Kehoe saved by Edwards. He waited to see if Schultz could get up there where he could pass off and maybe hopefully draw Edwards out of the net or faking, then had to flick it, and a good save.
Well, you're going to see Gary McAdam go 3 for $1 here. Lines it up. 1. That's blocked. Back again. Well, try it again. A little more defensive help this time. That's 2. You might as well go 3. Pay your quarter on the way out because the puck's coming the other way. And Kehoe and Schultz went in on a 2-on-1 then and had a real good chance. Kehoe, using Schultz as a little interference, tried to fire it past Don Edwards, but Edwards held his ground. See, that was what? That one call, Paradise delay the game, made this a whole new hockey game because Buffalo got on the scoreboard.
Yes, it did. Nice bit of save there by Tommy Edger, batting that puck away, preventing a Buffalo breakaway. 2 minutes to go in this second period. We are ahead 3-1. They want to see if they can get a little bit of a call there against Mike Corrigan. Corrigan is on with Bob Paradise, Greg Malone. Anderson dropping back now. The ceiling comes up the right board, and Anderson takes him right to the nail and puts his head down on the ice. Here's Corrigan driving up there and skating back for it, Fogelin. And sneaking it away, Malone coming right in behind him. Well, now let's keep the heat on. Leaves it back there for a drop pass, and it's intercepted by Fogelin. Now Malone trying to get it away from Sealing, cannot do it. And Sealing skates to the left, shaves the ice in a sudden stop. Puck stays on in. The referee's staying out of there. And across the ice he goes to Fogelin, up the center ice. And so Anderson goes to the body. They dump the puck back on in, and an icing will be called here momentarily. No, they've called it off. They waved it off. So now coming up again off the left side is Andre Savard. And Corrigan and he battle for it. The puck comes across the ice to Fogelin, coming on the ice and going right in with Spinner. Spencer missed him. Fogelin dumps the puck in, coming on out. We got a man down over on the right side. Corrigan has been dumped, and dumped hard by Andre Savard. And Kehoe is going over, and let's see what happens here, because there was a real pop that time. I think it was Fogelin that hit our man and knocked him down.
Well, Bob, it wasn't so much a hit. It was the fact that Savard and Mike Corrigan got their legs tangled together. They went down in a heap and started twisting around there. And, of course, Mike Corrigan is playing with a bad knee. He was hurt Thanksgiving in Los Angeles and just got back into the lineup last week. And there you'll see there are just two of them. And Savard goes down, pulls Corrigan down with him, and the legs are just all interlocked there. And if Corrigan, you can see, is really in some pain, so you know that he must have re-injured that knee or has done maybe some more damage to the other knee.
Well, another thing, too, Martin came in to snake the puck away, and I think he accidentally got in there, which kept spinning around. There's no sense. That's Steve Thomas down there. There's no sense in our speculating, other than the fact to know without any question that Corrigan is hurt, and we'll get a report. He wouldn't be lying there like that. If Steve Thomas now took the scissors out to just cut away some wrappings and everything, give him a little more breathing room. And as you saw, and as described there by Terry, when they accidentally, that wasn't a late hit or anything dirty about it. It's an unfortunate entanglement of the legs, and then Martin came in, and it looked like he accidentally spun them both out of there, and that just apparently really wrapped up Mikey a little bit. So we'll hopefully have more of a report that we can give you a little later on about that. And right now we'll just say there's time out on the ice with the Penguins leading in the second period of play, 3-1.
I'm Johnny Wilson, coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'd like to tell you about Puck Bucks, free at participating McDonald's restaurants. Puck Bucks have color pictures of all the Penguin players, even the coach, and they're good for $1 off for any $7.50 seat at Penguin hockey games. Bring your Puck Bucks to the special McDonald's ticket window at the arena and enjoy exciting hockey action.
At McDonald's, we do it all for you.
Well, they've called the doctor out here in the stretcher, and this is to properly remove Corrigan, and there's no sense in speculating, except we know that it's an injury of some sort, either to the ankle or the knee on the right side, Terry.
What a tough break. Mike set up that second goal tonight. And, of course, he's one of the real hard workers, one of your real honest hockey players in the National League. And they're lifting him up gently, trying to slide the stretcher underneath.
But the doctor's holding the right leg very straight.
There has to be some problem with either the ankle. The ankle may have snapped on him when he came down with Savard, or it may be the knee. It's just impossible for us to tell. All we can see is that Mike is in some kind of pain down there, and we'll try to get word as soon as possible so that Claudette doesn't worry back home in Pittsburgh.
Well, the doctor, as we say, very, very carefully held onto that right leg and kept the leg in a total position of immobility so that there would be no further damage to it. Now, whether it's the ankle or the knee, we don't know. And as Terry told you, we will certainly send that information along. Honest to goodness, Terry, I just don't know. I cannot believe when I saw the injuries in baseball of the Pirates to the Steelers in football and to the Penguins in hockey, I can't see a city that's been more snake-bit with their three professional teams on injuries than those three entities.
Well, you can't believe it. You know, you look back last year, we missed something like 350 manpower games because of injuries. Just started early, and you no sooner get one player back and somebody else goes out. And of course, to take just for example our club right now, Stackhouse and Burroughs, gets 2 all-star caliber defensemen out of there. It makes it just so tough. And here's the team out here tonight. They're really putting on a gutty performance coming into Buffalo, where it's a high-scoring team. The wingers know that they've got to come back and help those defensemen. Colin Campbell's only playing his first game after coming back from the injury. So it's strictly guts that they're going out there tonight.
There's no doubt about that. And a whale of a man in Corrigan. Nice block by Mahavlich. Spencer drops it for Mahavlich. Mahavlich rags the puck down across the blue. Wanted to leave it for a drop pass. It's hooked from behind by Bill Height. 3-1. Oh, what a backhand shot on Spencer. They're just racking him up every old way, but he's staying right in there. Now Mahavlich snakes the puck around. It's 33 seconds left in this period. I'm going to tell you now, we are not going to be singing between periods. There's no way. That just watching what happened to Mike just took the heart out of Terry and me. It was going to be a delightful, wonderful time with Taro Sings on the 12th day of Christmas and all. We'll talk about whatever we have to do, but I just don't think that Terry and I are in any mood right now to be singing because of what happened to Mike Corrigan. The fact that he's injured, and there's no question the way he was taken off the ice, that the injury will be such that I don't think he's going to be playing for a while. And I don't know. We're losing the franchise in bodies. I don't know how this is going to keep up, but boy, they're going at it. 14 seconds to go. Get it out of there, lads, if you can. Don't let them get that to go. Bob Paradise blocks it. They're trying to get it in the slot. Can't get it. 7 seconds to go. Oh, that was a little dewdropper tried by Craig Ramsey. And we get it out to where the period is going to end.
You asked for it.
They are 4-5-1 when the opposition scored first. So we're going to get a draw down in our side of the rink, and Mahavlich went and got a new blade. You ought to see the number of time, man-hours spent by these hockey players putting together their gear, getting ready to play. Mahavlich wins the draw, muscles it out of there. And it's an icing call coming up. The impetus was provided by the Penguins. You know, there's a funny thing off the draw. You can have an ice just by slapping it down.
Sure, no question, because a lot of times you'll find the center is trying to pull it back to his defenseman, and the other center is trying to propel it out of his zone.
Thought I'd show my hockey knowledge. Slap shot tried that time by Fogelin off to the kick out to the right. Peter Puck has done a grand job.
Well, we'll be coming at you again on Monday from Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens. The Pens and the Maple Leafs, second game of a 2-game series. Tomorrow night, Toronto at the Civic Arena. Game time, 7:30.
That's stick night, you know. So come on out. Mahavlich and Luce for the draw. On the other side of the circle, we have Spinner Spencer in there, and that's batted away. Crab, a slap shot, deflected nicely by Prunable. Listen to those sticks whipping around. Now, that puck was flipped up into the air, that time by Luce, and caught by Heron.
Bob, while we have a moment here, we'd like to point out, looking on the Penguins' schedule, the game on January 28th in Pittsburgh against Buffalo, that game has been changed from 8 o'clock to 1:15 to be part of the NHL Network Game of the Week. So that's January 28th, the Pens and the Sabres in Pittsburgh at 1:15 p.m. in the afternoon.
But it's blacked out in Pittsburgh.
Right.
You can only see it by being at the arena, and that's a big one. It's Pronovo trying to break it in on his own and take it away from him. Now Tommy Edger has it at center ice, slaps it off the dasher, and Mahavlich comes along to pick it up. Big Pete swings left side and dumps it in. Now they whip it around their net, and here they come. The Buffalo Sabres trying to get something going across the rink to Lee, or rather to Luce. Luce shot deflected by Spinner Spencer. Now Gene Carr gets it out to center ice. They have to regroup. Stay on side. They're coming on with Robert and Perreault now.
Keep going with it. Keep going.
And they have brought on also Bill Stewart. Wide to Carr. Carr skating around. They took a whack at it there. Perreault, but missed it. Referee Newell jumps up, gets away as Bill Stewart comes down the right line, leaves. And then for Robert. Robert misses, and Schultz has got a hold of him. And I think Newell's just going to let us play a little hockey now both ways. But I think he did a little bit there about midway in that second period, just start forgetting about a whistle. Kehoe. And a backward pass to Campbell. Knocked down by the hand by Schultz. Schultz shovels over to Carr. Carr goes sliding along. Can't do anything. Now can he swing it in? Oh, for the slot. And driving at it was Schultz, and he couldn't get it. Hammers his man to the ice. Now here they come, and they drive it in with Robert off the left side. And Kehoe gets it out, but it's knocked down by Haight. And coming out immediately, Paradise. Paradise in behind the net. 3-1 Pittsburgh here in the third period of play. 17:20 to go. Down goes Carr. Puck comes back across their blue line. Haight across the ice. He goes with it. And over there is Billy Stewart. Stewart brings it up to a tough man, Guillaume Perreault. And Perreault trying to skate around. And a drive right on goal that time by Bill Haight. And a save by Denny Herron. 3-1 Penguins with 17 remaining in the third period of play. And hockey action getting hot and heavy here. And I'll tell you one thing, we're going at them as hard as we can go, Terry, and I like the way they're skating.
Well, there was a case, I think, Gilbert Perreault, trying to show what a good skater is, stayed up, kept his feet, kept his balance. If he would have gone down with a stick intertwined between his legs there, I'm sure Dave Newell would have caught a hooking penalty right then and there.
Well, that's too bad. All right, so let him go. Now, Andre Savard on the draw here. And let's see if they're going to force him out of the circle. I think they are. They're going to put Sealing in there. Don't want Savard in there now. The linesman said you've been in too long and don't need you. They got a rolling puck. This is Rich Dunn. He's a new one. He's 29. They had a couple of injuries, you know, to Jocelyn Gouramont, and they had to make a couple of replacements. Into our end, where Tommy Edger tries to bring it out, and it's picked up by Andre Savard instead, and they go in now battling for it, and Peter Lee is trying to be muscled around, and they took a whack from the right point, or rather the left point, and didn't get it in. Center ice. Edger off the dasher out to the center. Here we come with Terry Lee. Terry Lee across the rink he goes to Bianchin. Bianchin shoots, misses wide, left side. All right, now Martin slides over to Rick Sealing. Sealing tried to split our defense, but Edger takes it away from him. Bianchin has the puck over to center ice. It's taken away from them, and Greg Malone hooks away for it and intercepts again. Now Russ Anderson across the rink he goes toward Malone, and it's knocked back into center ice. 3-1 the Penguins here with 15:50 to go. Driving down the left side for the moment was Martin. Martin bounded by Edger. Up against the board he goes. Here's Martin again with a rolling puck. Splits in, and it's knocked away. And back out to center ice, that time very nicely by Greg Malone. No, we're going to have a whistle call here, and we'll bring back Mahavlich and company. We'll set our lines for you in defense in a moment. Timeout on the ice. The Penguins 3, the Sabres 1.
The Goodyear Service Store, another winning team for the greatest sports town of them all. Real pros with first-string service. Total car care while you work and shop. And hours that fit your busy schedule. Free courtesy ride to anywhere downtown. With super service deals like a lube and oil change for just $5.88. Or money-saving price reductions like this on Goodyear tires, now through Saturday only. Come see our winning team. Go Goodyear at 8th and Fort Duquesne.
Well, they dropped the puck on us down the other end. Now we got it down in their end. Well, sometimes they can't see the flickering lights. The gentleman with the striped shirts. But anyhow, now let's set ourselves up. We have Mahavlich in there along with Bob Paradise, Campbell, Pronovo, Spencer. In goal, of course, is Dennis Herron. And we're going to have a face-off coming up. It's 3-1 in favor of the Penguins here. They have Haight. Let's see who their line is. Oh, they have Luce, Gare, and Ramsey on there. That's a high-scoring line. Their highest scorer, 43 in that one.
Bob, you know, taking a look down at the bench, beside missing Mike Corrigan, I don't recall Blair Chapman being out on the ice tonight, and he's not down there in uniform, so he may have come down with a case of the flu at game time.
Possible. I don't think his thumb was bothering that much, but Chapman has not been able to get out there. You're right. And there's been an awful lot of flu. Denny Herron smothered the puck momentarily, then left it for Paradise, and they sneaked in there trying to get it. Haight is whacking away. Come on. Look out. Oh, they had a shot there by Luce, and he had it tilted away from them. Here's Mahavlich, kicks it up with his skate. Now rags the puck with his stick, Comes across the line. We got away with an offside. Pronovo, however, is coming over now, trying to harass the puck away from them. And going into Mahavlich, and right in behind him is Gare, and they'll freeze the puck there. You're right. Chapman hasn't been working around, and whether it's his thumb or the flu, I don't know, did he? In this period. So there's time out on the ice again. We're ahead 3-1. We'll be back in a moment.
I'm Johnny Wilson, coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'd like to tell you about Puck Bucks, free at participating McDonald's restaurants. Puck Bucks have color pictures of all the Penguin players, even the coach, and they're good for $1 off for any $7.50 seat at Penguin hockey games. Bring your Puck Bucks to this special McDonald's ticket window at the arena and enjoy exciting hockey action.
At McDonald's, we do it all for you.
I got my C's mixed up. Now, Corrigan has been injured here in this game tonight. Chapman has, we think, the flu and he's not playing, and Campbell is out, has the bad thumb, but he's hanging in there. Now, we got the C's all straightened around, the 3 C's. And nothing funny about the one with Corrigan, I'll tell you that, because he there's a knockdown by Edger. Here they come up now, and this line is Perreault and McAdam and Robert. Oh, brother. There's a pretty good ripping shot. And Perreault, I think, got hurt a little bit there on that one. He looks like he wants to skate off the ice. Savard's coming on. I think Perreault says he's had it for a moment. He needs just a little bit of a rest. He went really into the boards there. Schultz, Kehoe, Carr, as we lead 3-1 here in the third period of play. Kehoe, Bianchin in the first period. Kehoe again in the second, then Perreault for them. And in the period in which Corrigan was hurt, we've had no further information except we know it was an injury of some sort to either his knee or ankle, at least on the right side.
Well, there's a look at the 2 benches. You just saw Marcel Pronovo, the brother of Jean Pronovo, who was an outstanding defenseman for a number of years with Detroit and Toronto. And before the first time they came up here to play, and of course it would be the first confrontation between brother John against coach Marcel. Marcel told the writers here in Buffalo, he says, I know my brother's an all-star right winger, and he doesn't have to prove it to me tonight.
We'll have Malone on the face-off now, and going in there on their line, Savard, Martin, and Sealing. And Malone's a little upset at the way Corab went in there into the circle. Now on the draw. And get it back out into our side. Anderson skating back quickly to get to it. No icing will be called here. This is Edger trying to get it out. Lee, Terry Lee in there. Puck comes out to center ice. Let's see if Donchen can get a breakaway. Coming out the right side and slides it into the slot and toward Malone, but they are able to lift his stick and get it off the ice. Now it's intercepted by Malone at center ice from right in front of their net, but they get it back out. And batted away again. Rick Martin, or anglicized Martin, whichever way you want to go. Up here they'll call him Martin.
Looking at that out-of-town scoreboard, the Islanders now lead St. Louis 5-3 on a pair of goals by Brian Trottier. Still no score up on the board between the Kings and the Blackhawks in the game being played in Chicago.
Now the Perreault line is on for the Buffalo Sabres along with McAdam and Robert. We're coming on with Schultz and Carr and Kehoe and Campbell. Remember now, on the draw, Campbell dropping back. Hope there, look out, there's a breakaway shot right in front of the net, tried by McAdam. He's had about 4 head on, and he's 0 for 4. I hope he's about 0 for 11 before the night is over.
Well, one of the few defensive mistakes that the Pens have made all night. The puck just gets away, and Gary McAdam comes in. He tries to go to the backhander, doesn't get much on it, and Herron's right there to make the save. McAdam comes in, jabs at it, can't pry it loose. 12:56 remaining. Pens still on top, 3-1.
All right, and Carr back to Colin Campbell. Oh, what a wicked shot that time by Gary McAdam. He's 0 for 6 now. Into the slot. He left that one for Rene Robert. And they're buzzing our net. They're buzzing our net out to the point that Dunn, in through the bodies it goes, skips off the skate of Carr. And we got to get it out to center, and we do have it. Kehoe has it. Now let's split in. Slap shot slammer. That a baby. Even though it's a save, we got it in their end of the ice. 12:20 to go, 3-1 the Penguins. Now here come the Buffalo Sabres. And Schultz trying to take the puck away. And a wicked shot from outside by Rene Robert, and a last-second fraction save by Dennis Herron. Oh, did he rip that one. Here's McAdam with it. Now picked up by Carr. Carr skating quickly. Dumps the puck on in. Oh, they have to come back for it. That's done with it. 3-1 Penguins, 11:50 to go in the third period of play. An interception by Mahovlich. Tried to go for a slap shot. Couldn't get his stick up there where he could crank it up. And now Spinner Spencer comes on the ice, driving over where he can see what he can do to put away Gary McAdam. McAdam is skating all night long, it seems like. Here he comes. That's this guy, Guy Perreault. Now Spencer takes his man, Fogelin, into the board. Picked up by Jean Pronovost. Pronovost sends it across the ice, where it's intercepted by Danny Gare, the captain of the Buffalo Sabres. Pronovost again gets it away, this time from Dunn. Over to Spencer, across the blue. Across to Mahovlich, fakes the slap shot, and then slams it and just misses a wide left. Mahovlich, you'll see a lot of guys go on a fake, and then all of a sudden lift their stick and go the other way with it. And there's Luce trying one, and a save off to the left, and they try to get a rebound by Danny Gare and did not get it in. Mahovlich takes his man. Here's Pronovost getting the puck up to center ice. And we're going to have icing called as soon as the Buffalo Sabres get to that puck. And they get to it, and they're going to bring him back for a faceoff. 10:45, the action getting hot and heavy here. Buffalo buzzing our net, but we're hanging in there, leading by a score of 3-1.
I'm Colin Campbell of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I want to tell you about McDonald's Stick Night, Friday night, December 23rd. We battle the Toronto Maple Leafs here at the Civic Arena, and the first 5,000 youngsters in attendance will receive a free regulation hockey stick. You can purchase special student section seats for only $4 and receive this super hockey stick at the game. So stick with the Pens and McDonald's on Friday night, December 23rd.
All right, Malone and Luce go for it. Oh, brother. That shot off the side, tried by Gary, just missed. And I don't think Denny had a chance to even see it. It just came out of the bodies off to that draw, and he took his whack at it. Now Height fighting for it. They're keeping the puck in our side for the moment. They're into the slot to try to get that one, and it's intercepted by Wayne Bianchin. Now Greg Malone shaves the ice in a sudden stop. Wheels around for Bianchin. Bianchin a slap shot, and it skips off the glove, and luckily for them, went on off to the left side. That could have just as easily flipped out of there and gone right on into the net. It's a 3-1 contest, and it's 10 minutes to go in the third period of play. A driving try by Bill Stewart, and blocked nicely in there by Mahovlich and company. And the puck flips up out of there. And we got some action going here for a moment, and they step in very quickly to stop it, as I just think that our man, Colin Campbell, is beginning to believe he's getting picked on, Terry.
Well, he and Don Luce had a little go-around earlier in the game. Midway through the second period, they both went off for roughing. And, of course, Luce, what a competitor, and Colin Campbell back there in action for the first time in 2 weeks, and he's playing with a bit of a bone chip on his thumb, and he's playing with a special playing cast on that hand.
Tell you another thing, I think Blair Chapman better get rid of the flu, because at Christmas night he's going to have that reception following his wedding with Pat at the St. Clair Country Club, but you can't have anybody having the flu catching.
I hope it's not cold feet.
I don't think it's cold feet. Miss Pat wouldn't think that. Well, anymore, now many happy returns and many wonderful, wonderful days and marriage and watchful hockey as we see them unfold down here. Now we have 9:45 to go in this third period of play, and Andre Savard is on along with Martin and Sealing, but Spencer picks up his man as they get the puck in the center, but Mahovlich intercepts and dumps the puck in. Now going down for it to Richard Martin. Going over his car to pick him up. We are battling hard. The puck up in the midair, slugged at, and sent it in and hits the referee on the side of the head. And they got him for hitting it with a high stick. I'll tell you something now. I'm beginning to wonder a little bit about that. We're going to have a face-off, of course, because you're allowed to raise your stick up just only so high.
Well, that hit the referee. Let's look at the scoring real quick. First period, Kehoe and Bianchin goals. And then in the second period, Kehoe again, his second of the game, 10th of the year to make it 3-0. Gilbert Perreault with his 24th of the year on the power play. Now we have 9.5 remaining in the game.
All right, and Carr and Savard. We have Dave Schultz, Anderson, Edger, Kehoe, and Carr on the ice with Denny Herron in goal. This is Anderson trying to get it back out of there, being harassed by Andre Savard. And now Martin gets into the action. And another whistle here, and we'll have another face-off. It is a 3-1 contest. The Penguins have the 3. I'll tell you, those first 2 goals were mighty big, no doubt about it. And the first one by Kehoe, the next one by Bianchin. That gave us an edge. You get a good look there at Coach Johnny Wilson. The action that the coach has to do behind the bench is unbelievable, Terry.
Oh, he has to have those next lines ready. He has to be ready to make an adjustment in case of an injury, in case of a power play. Oh.
I'd say that was a pretty good rip. Look at Schultz pull him out of there. Now you see he's upset with him for what went on there on diving on our goalie Herron. And Schultz just got him, and we'll see what they're going to do and untangle this one. You can watch it. But what had happened, there was a slap shot outside, and Herron is upset. So he wheels and gets out of there. And now with the pack around him, I have to assume Schultz is one of the guys down on the ice. And I cannot yet see who the other guy is for the Buffalo Sabres. And we'll see them as soon as they untangle. But you can bet Schultz is one of them. I think he felt that they were piling on Denny Herron when he was in the goal line in there.
Dave's standing up there off to the side,
yeah,
so...
yeah. Who's the other one there? Hard to see, but if the doggone guys that get out of there like Sealing and company, we could get a look at who's in there. They're still coming up. That's Fogelin.
Russ Anderson and Fogelin.
All right. Now look out. Here's Carr getting into it along with Fogelin again. And Schultz wants a little piece of him, and the referee has Schultz. Now they're going to have to wait and see whether Newell's going to call anything. We got the gloves on the ice as Fogelin is now saying something to Schultz. All Schultz really did, it seemed to me, from what I could really see, was just pulling by the jersey from behind. Look at the gloves on the ice. And this is where they go around and sort the equipment, and we're going to get a penalty call here. And I think Fogelin ought to get something. He's going to get something. Let's see what they're going to give him. Well, we'll tell you when we come back what he gets, but he goes in the sin bin, and we're ahead by a score of 3-1 here in the third period of play.
Hands on the attack. Pass to Pronovo. He lit up the lights on Broadway. Dollar Savings Bank's done something that's going to really grab you. Printed on the back of every ticket is the period and time of the game, and if your ticket matches the scoreboard clock of any home Penguin goal, you win 2 $9.50 tickets to another regular season home game of your choice. Now, everyone can play because you're eligible to get a numbered coupon at the Penguins ticket office without obligation. Hey, you know what? Your friends at Dollar Bank say, root for the Pens to score and win.
All right, Anderson and Fogelin get 2 minutes each for roughing. So now Mahovlich is on, and he's straightening out what he wants done. We have Jean Pronovo on with feet, Tommy Edger in behind him. And they're going to have on their draw René Robert. And there's Carab trying to get a shot off from the left point. Batted back now by Tommy Edger. Comes up the line across the blue into the center of the ice and dumps it in, and we're offside. Pronovo up across the blue line. Announcers on this telecast contracted and paid for by the Penguins. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or the use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Penguins is prohibited. Now it's a 3-1 game in which the Penguins have the 3. Along with Bill Stewart. Down goes Pronovo. Across the ice it comes to Corab. Corab has the puck from behind him, now brings it up across center ice in the red to that fast skating Perreault. Shaves the ice in a sudden stop, gives it off now to Robert. Robert has it intercepted by Mahovlich. Mahovlich comes down the left side across the red, across the blue. Leads it over for Pronovo. Shoots it up there, and it hits off the skate of Bill Stewart from behind. The puck got loose there for a moment. Now Stewart has it for the Buffalo Sabres. Here is Perreault with the puck. Drops it backward to Corab. Corab with a 3-1 game in favor of the Penguins. Now, Driving up with it is Tom Price. Price across the ice to Edger. Edger back over to Mahavlich. Mahavlich loses the puck momentarily. Going in after it is Robert. Over across the boards to the left side, back around to the other side. Edger sees now a drive on the try by Guy Perreault. Saved by Heron. Going in Price up to Wayne Bayanchin. Bayanchin coming across the blue. Rags the puck around. Has it taken away by Perreault from the skate. Over it comes across now to Robert. Robert comes across the blue. Leaves it up toward Haight. Comes across the blue line. Leaves a drop pass for Perreault. And Perreault has it knocked away from him. And he is hit by Wayne Bayanchin. And now Perreault comes driving in, and he can't get anything off with it. And Robert sees the puck get away from him. And we have it at center ice. And it is Malone driving around and shaving some valuable time. 7 minutes to go in a third period of play. And now again Perreault with a puck. And the Buffalo Sabre fans are getting a little anxious here as the Penguins lead 3-1. Gare tries to shoot, has it knocked away by Rick Kehoe. Time becomes an ally of the Penguins now. They cannot allow a goal at this point. And they get it out. It's touched by them. There's a safe call. There'll be no icing. So at center ice, they regroup, see if they can reform. And here comes the hammer. Dave Schultz after Gare. From the point to try. Right in front down to Ramsey. Ramsey has his stick lifted off the ice. Now Ramsey trying to get it in around the slot. It's knocked down, smothered by Denny Heron off the left side. And Schultz is getting ready to go at it again. Down there this time, he wants a piece of Don Luce.
It's been a great team effort tonight with 6:26 remaining. Dave Schultz out there just clearing the front. The wings, everybody has come back, pick up their man extremely well tonight. The defense hasn't coughed it up. They've made the right passes. They haven't panicked, haven't gotten themselves in a lot of trouble, forced themselves to run around. And all they've got to do is keep containing Jobert Perreault, the French connection. And we're going to get out of here with 2 points and head back home for stick night tomorrow night against Toronto.
And if you want to see the action, that's exactly what you do. You'll be there tomorrow night early. Get your sticks, come on and have some fun and pound them around on the boards and watch us play. Here's the Schultzy. He'll be speaking, at the February the 2nd with Darrell Hess and company at the Thompson and AC. Everybody looking forward to seeing him, along with Coach Jackie Sherrill, Pete D'Imperio, and many others. We're going to get my friend here, Terry Shipauer, in the one-liner, the master of all the one-liners, Terry the Ship. He's a great train builder. What a master. 6:20 to go. Now that puck is dumped in there by Bill Haight. And we'll have a whistle here because they infringed. So we're going to have Mahavlich comes on. Now, Mahavlich has done a lot of things besides score goals. He has 11 on the season, 8 with the Penguins. But he sure repositions his men in a whale of a hurry, doesn't he?
Well, going back to Saturday night's big win over Montreal, of course, he scored the insurance goal, tip in on the power play. But more importantly, he won something like 13 out of 15 faceoffs in that critical third period.
Well, he's getting a lot of ice time tonight. A lot of our guys are getting more ice time than John Wilson would like them to have. But don't worry. I think the big key to it is the way Johnny Wilson and Baz and everybody talk. And Al Saville and company is that when the time comes, we get all our bodies back and we're in the Stanley Cup. Look out, we're going to be ready. Now, this is Bob Paradise. Point is, you see, they're talking already that they're going to make the Stanley Cup. There's no doubt in the Penguins' mind they're going to do that. No, they're just in there skating.
Something else, too, Bob. I know the Penguins have received a lot of criticism for not going out and obtaining a defenseman because of the injuries to Faubert and Burroughs and Stackhouse. But, of course, to try to make a trade with somebody, everybody wants your first-round draft choice or something very high for a defenseman. And Baz and Johnny Wilson and Al Saville figured, why make a trade now? Add another body to the roster within another 2 or 3 weeks. Burroughs should be back in action. Faubert will be ready to go. And once we have everybody healthy, we have a pretty solid defense.
And on top of that, too, they're going to take an eye and a tooth to give you up a defenseman. They know they got you where they want you.
They read those rosters, and they know how much Stackhouse and Burroughs and Faubert mean to a club.
You know, they also have been in the league long enough that they're not exactly stupid. Now, here's Carab with 5:20 to go, coming up the right side. We have Russ Anderson on there with Greg Malone. We're leading 3-1. They're going to try to come down the line now with Fogelin, who tried to dump it in and couldn't, and Wayne Bayanchin. down there, along with Greg Malone and Terry Lee. Terry Lee is beginning to become a very solid skater. You begin to see a lot of things take place with this Penguin club as Coach Johnny Wilson begins to get more and more of his system fed into them. Timeout down on the ice with 5 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the third period. Penguins 3, Sabres 1.
My family says I make the world's greatest.
Jensen doesn't have it. Edwards goes for it, loses it, and Jensen puts it into the empty net. 8-3.
He was no more trip than the man on the moon. That'd go up as an Emmy Award. Here's Dave Schultz. I meant to say Peter Lee a moment ago instead of Terry Lee. Oh, there was a good try by Schultz. Just tried to drop it right in the slot there where Carr could get a whack at it. 4 minutes and 33 seconds to go. We're on top of these guys. 3-1. We're going to hang right in there. Whoa, a little bit of a rip shot there and a good block as they went to the body. Now Schultz takes his turn, goes to the body. Russ Anderson sends the puck up to Schultz. Across the blue to center ice with a rolling puck. Across the left side. Now he's coming around with Rick Kehoe. Get it. Schultz is running with the boys. And here we go. Now Carr gets into the action. Schultz is still hammering for it. And Schultz is being held by Stewart. Schultz goes down, and they like that. Carr goes down. And they haven't called a trip on anybody. And the 3 officials might as well leave the ice and just let them run out the last 3 minutes. Because are they going at it there? Man, they're playing wide open hockey. This is what we're bringing home to you. A big crowd on hand, a sellout throng, I would assume, almost 16,000 anyhow. Don't forget that Terry will be down on the ice with a post-game show, and he'll be able to give you more information about Mike Corligan. And I hope it's good news. Mike, being injured in the second period, had something happen to his right leg. There's no doubt about that. This is Haight trying to pass the puck up, and it's intercepted by Mahovlich. Back off to Pronovo. Pronovo off the left point over toward Spencer. Spencer now driving in hard, cannot get the puck away. It's 3-1 with 3:15 to go in the third period of play, and the Penguins have the 3. That's a shot off the left side by Haight, and he gives way to Korab, and now they have to come back and regroup. They're offside. That puck was dumped in quickly by McAdam and also Ramsey, and they were offside on the play. So let's see now who we have out here. We have Bob Paradise, Spencer, Colin Campbell. A lot of ice time tonight by Pronovo. Now Malone is coming back out there. Now Spencer. Here's Malone. And Lowell McDonald is out there. Now Pronovo rather is out there. Oh, that stick was knocked down. That puck was knocked down by too high a stick that time, and immediately is called. So Bianchin is coming out along with Peter Lee. Now, I'll tell you something. I've been looking around. And I'll tell you something else. I haven't seen Lowell McDonald out there. He skated earlier tonight in warm-up. From the point, a slap shot tried by Fogelin, no good. And there was a Korab backhander as he just did a 180 sort of and whapped it in there, and Dennis Herron smothered it. 2:29 to go. We just watch this again now. As you'll see, Korab just turn around and 180 it. He comes out to the left circle. And now he just turns around and wraps and right into the midsection of Denny Herron. Denny's made some fine saves tonight. Let's see, shots on goal. You won't believe this. 33 for the Sabres and 15 shots for us. 30-15 on shots, and yet it's 3-1 Penguins. Now, a lot of their shots have been from the blue line, not right up in close. But John Wilson would like our team, the Penguins, to take more shots. Sealing. And a miss. Saved by. There's another shot on goal. Now it's 34 shots on goal. There's Coach John Wilson waving off Pete Mahovlich. He keeps track of ice time right in his head and everything. And Mahovlich and all our guys are doing a lot of double duty. He wants to chat to him. Now Spencer's being told something. And as I say, I've been looking all around, and I haven't been able to find our friend Lowell McDonald. We saw him skate earlier. That's it. Puck gets up in the air and batted away by the hand by Edger. And touched by us. We'll have to have another face. It's 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the third period of play. Now, remember that the post-game show will feature down there. One of the big stories that Terry will be able to tell you about will be what's wrong, as best he can, with our friend Mike Corrigan, who had his knee twisted and had to be removed on a stretcher for precautionary measures. Now they're going to wave out Mahovlich and bring on Spencer for a face against Andre Savard. If they don't like what you do, they wave you out, bring in another one till he gets what he wants. Now we have Edger, Pontevo, and Mahovlich in there. And now Spencer. Now in comes Pontevo as Spencer comes back out. And they back him off now on the draw. Pontevo blocks his man out beautifully. Slap shot tried, but blocked by Russ Anderson. And Spencer trying to get it across, and now comes in, and they were called for offside. Pontevo was across the blue line. As you know, but for you youngsters looking in, you cannot precede the puck, get it across the blue with one of your own men up in there. You got to have that puck come in ahead of anybody when you go into the attacking zone. There is the spinner, number 22. 19 is Jean Pontevo. And Mahovlich on this draw will see what he can do with Andre Savard. There's the big muscled guy going at it. Dumps that puck back in there. A minute 50 to go, and the clock is in our corner. We got him wrapped for now. Right now, 3-1. And now Robert drops the puck in. Edger goes in, and Edger's playing some whale of defense tonight. And there's a goal. As it came in off our own skate. More than anything, I think it came in off Russ Anderson's skate. I'm going to have to get a look at this, but I think the puck rolled off. I think it rolled in off Russ Anderson's skate. Look at the disgust by Denny Herron. You're going to see this shot come out here, and that looked like McAdam. And then I think it just rolls right off Anderson's skate. It sure does. So now it's a 3-2 game. And there's absolutely nothing Dennis can do about that. Now watch it again and see if you get a better view of it. Coming around with that puck there is Andre Savard. And then he leaves it off to Sealing, it looks like, instead of the other man. And then it looks like it absolutely kicks right off. We'll have to wait and see to whom they're going to credit the goal, and then we'll be able to know. Now on the draw, we have a minute 30 to go. We got to keep it in there, and it is dumped on in by Rick Kehoe. 3-2 with a minute 30 to go, and they're going to try everything in the house. You can count on it. Here he comes, Rene Robert, trying to slip right between our defense. Score! Split right between our defensemen that time. Roland Campbell for one, and he comes right on around, and there's no way that Herron can do anything about this one. He just clear broke away and wrapped it right up high into the right net. Now we're tied up 3-3. We still haven't heard of the announcement for the second goal on behalf of the Buffalo Sabres. Time was of our ally. And then all of a sudden, unless my eyes deceive me, a puck deflected off the skate of Russ Anderson and went into the net to make it 3-2. And then Robert broke away for the unassisted goal. Watch it again as he splits right through. He comes first, Campbell on your left. Rick Kehoe's there on the right. Now he drives on in. We didn't come in and pick up his body. And then he just rips the net. And that ties it. Now it's a minute 21 to go, and there's a battle everywhere. Pontevo. Now Height has it. And the Buffalo Sabres are on fire. It's dumped on in, coming out Denny Herron for it. Bob Paradise has it. Over to Spencer. Spencer gets it out towards center ice. Comes across the blue on a rolling puck. A minute to go. We got to come out of this with at least a point instead of 2. Now Edger gets it across to Spencer. 55 seconds ago. We're fighting now for just 1 point. When it looked like we had 2 in the bag. 50 seconds to go. Luce has the puck. Mahavlich rags at him, trying to get it away from him. Now driving up there with it. Fogelman. Back off the left side. Going back Tom Edger. Going after him is Luce. Edger knocked down. And the puck is whistled dead. With 36 seconds to go, they're going to get the face-off they want in our end of the zone. It's 3-3 with 36 seconds to go. The second goal, really the first goal, is one that really bothered us because of a delay call by the referee Newell on what should have been a freezing of the puck. He called a delay, and they got a goal to make it 3-1. Then, as I said, their second goal, surely here in the third period with only moments left in the game, as Mahavlich fights for the puck and tries to control it with 30 seconds to go. And now Paradise battles with it. Mahavlich fights again. It comes back around. Edger's got it. They wheel it around the board. And fighting for it is Ponteveau. And he's being harassed. They get it back in and get it back out toward the center ice. Ponteveau has the puck with 12 seconds to go. Now Mahavlich has it taken away. Paradise fighting for it with Malone dumping the puck in back to the blue line. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. A tie game. All of our Penguins are, of course, going over to congratulate Denny Herron, who is heartsick over the fact that they were able to get a point out of it. We had them beat, as we said, 3-0. Then came a situation that changed it around, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. And then I'm sure we'll be able to get more information down on the ice when we find out exactly how they got their second goal. There was a shot made, but it appeared really that it was deflected and rolled in off the skate of Russ Anderson. So the final score, the Penguins 3 and the Buffalo Sabres 3. We'll be back with our wrap-up right after this.